Alright, thank you very much for joining me. Welcome back. And today we're going to do a little tier maker, and we're going to do the Castlevania games. So I've got most of the Castlevania games here in this particular tier maker. So we're just going to rank them and just have a little bit of chat about each game. So let's have a look. Alright, so first off we got Dawn of Sorrow on the DS. Now Soma Cruz's second game, I actually really like that game. But we're going to put it, we're going to put it in A. I really like the Castlevania games. I really like are the Metroidvania style games, which are absolutely fantastic. Each one of them is really good. There's not a bad one in the bunch, I have to say. But yeah, I'm going to go there, and actually I probably need to put in an extra row actually here as well. Add a row below of ones I have not played. Right, there we go. Okay, now we're ready. Okay, so this is Vampire's Kiss. Vampire's Kiss for the Super Nintendo. I'm going to go a C for that one. It is a really good game, but I do favour the Metroidvania games over the sort of the linear games. Although Vampire's Kiss is probably, that and Simon's Quest are the least linear, but it's good. I like it, but I wouldn't go for it straight away. Well, this is another excellent one there. That's the original Soma Cruz one. So that's Castlevania Aria of Sorrow. So that one, I'm not sure which of these two is actually better. They're both really, really good, and they both have a similar mechanic in them where you basically collect the souls. The only problem is the soul drop rate sometimes is really low, so you have to basically go in and out of the same room for ages and ages and ages trying to get the soul. But they're still excellent games. This is one of the 3D ones. I'm going to put this as a B actually. That's the first one with Leon. That's is it Lament of Innocence? It's just called Castlevania in Europe, but it's the PlayStation 2 one. That one's excellent. That's a really good kind of 3D platform game, but still it's an early 3D platform game, so although it came out after Mario and the rest of them when they were sort of, they had practice, but I really like it. It's really good. I probably wouldn't play through it again, but it's really good. Castlevania Bloodlines, again, it's a pretty good, sideward scrolling kind of platform horror theme game. You got choice of 2 characters in that one as well, and it's got that kind of Mega Drive music, which is really good. Put that in C. And then Castlevania Chronicles, I didn't really think that was that good actually. It's a sort of a remake of original Castlevania, but wasn't really that good. I wouldn't really rate it very highly. This one, although there are no bad Metroidvania games, this one is probably the weakest because it's just the oldest. It was the first one on Game Boy Advance. It's still a good game. With I can't remember the name of the main guy in it now. It is pretty good, but it's not as good as the rest of them, to be perfectly honest. And then I never played the Harmony of Despair. It was on Xbox Arcade. I had a demo of it, but I never actually played the full game. And that's Castlevania 2 Belmont's Revenge. That's not really that good either, to be honest. The Game Boy games are very simple. They're just not really that good, and that second one isn't really that good either. It's better than the first one though. The Castlevania Judgment is another one I haven't played either. That's the Wii one-on-one fighting game. So I'd pick it up if I saw it, but I haven't played it, so I can't do it. Castlevania Legends is okay as well. It's probably the best of the Game Boy Advance Castlevania games because there's the most to do in it. But it's just not really that good in comparison to the rest of the games. This isn't really that good either. It's not as bad as people make it out to be. I think it's funny when the skeletons are on the motorcycles, to be honest. In Castlevania 64 for Nintendo 64, I actually have it in the box as well myself, and I don't have a Nintendo 64. But yeah, Castlevania 64, it's okay, not great though. And then we've got the GOAT, right? This is going into S, no question. Symphony of Knight is the greatest Castlevania game ever. I don't think they'll ever top it. It's such a fantastic game. They should really make a sequel to it or something. Similar style graphics and similar style gameplay. The kind of the 2D aesthetic and lots of different. I could play Symphony of the Night right now and find out something new, like a new sword where you do like a half, a quarter circle forward and press attack, and something new comes out of the sword. So it's just that good. And that's Dracula X. That is the... Oh, actually, you know what? That's the good one. And then the Super Nintendo one is not really that good, actually, to be perfectly honest. Because I think Vampire's Kiss is the... it's the European... Or, sorry, not European, because it wasn't released in the EU. It's the American version of... Dracula X, and Dracula X is the good one. And then Kid Dracula, I haven't played it. Portrait of Ruin is excellent. That's a fantastic game. Really, really like that. That's probably my favourite of the DS trilogy. I know everyone likes Dawn of Sorrow, but Portrait of Ruin is fantastic. It's such a cool mechanic as well with where you have the two characters together. You have Jonathan and Charlotte together, and you can basically, you know, you have to like strategically switch between them at times in order to progress. It's really, really good. That is, what is that? That looks like original Castlevania, but I think that might be the MX 6800 version. I haven't played that at all. That is, I haven't played that one. That's the, oh wait, is that Lord of Shadows? No, it's Mirror of Fate. I haven't played that Mirror of Fate because I played the first Lord of Shadows and didn't like it at all. So it was a good game. It just wasn't a Castlevania game. Like, it was a sort of a Darksiders game. If they had something else besides Castlevania, I probably would really like it. But because it was Castlevania, I was expecting a bit more. Now this Curse of Darkness is a strange one. It's okay, but I wouldn't actually, I can put it in B actually. It's okay, but it's not the best Castlevania game. It's sort of a 3D, like a 3D Metroidvania game, but it's not really as good as the 2D ones for some reason. It's okay. Not the gimmick in it, but the mechanic in it is you have to get these. You have to get these spirits or familiars, and then you basically make them, you level them up and all that. So it's got like RPG elements in it, the devils, and then you have to basically combine them together to make new devils. But it doesn't really tell you how to do it, and you really need to look at a guide on how to combine them in order to get the best devils, or else you won't be able to do the really hard sections. Like there's a big pagoda, not pagoda, but there's a big section in it, like a different floors of a tower where you have to go up, and you really need the best devils for it. So you probably have to follow a guide. If it does tell you in game, I don't know. I have no idea what this one is. What is that? I don't know. And Lord of Shadows 2, I haven't played it either. Actually, I did play it, but I didn't really like it, so I'll just put it not played. That's the picture of Castlevania 3. Maybe that's another one of those Japanese versions of Castlevania 1. That one is, what is that? I don't know what that is either. It's probably a Japanese version of Castlevania 1 that I just haven't played. And Castlevania The Adventure, again, that's not good at all. Like, it's such an easy game, and it'll only take you like maybe half an hour or 40 minutes to complete it, if even that. Right, the Dracula X Chronicles, that's going up in A because that's got the reason for that is the 3D version is not good at all. But it does, actually I can't really put it there then. The 3D side-scrolling version is not good at all, but it does have Dracula X in it and has Symphony of the Night in it as well, so it probably should go in S because of Symphony of the Night, but I can't really put it in S because it's the, actually I'm just going to put it down in C actually. Yeah, it does have Symphony of the Night, and it does have the original Dracula X, whatever it's called, the one with Richter Belmont in it, that's really good. It has that one as well, but I can't really put it at the top. Now this one here is do you know something? I'm going to put that there as well. It's not one of the, it's an excellent Metroidvania game. I really like it, but it's not as good as the other ones, I don't think. Harmony of Dissonance. It's a really good game, but it's probably not as good as the other ones, I have to say. In comparison, it's still excellent though. I really like it. And that's the Game Boy. Oh no, wait, that's the remake of the. I didn't actually play that yet, so I don't know. Sorry. That's the remake, the Wii remake, I think, of the original Castlevania game. I haven't played Legacy of Darkness on the 64. It doesn't really look that good. It looks like just another Castlevania 64 game, but I wouldn't go out of my way to play it. Order of Ecclesia is excellent as well. That's going into A as well. That's fantastic. That's really good. That's probably my second favourite of the DS games, and the ones on the Game Boy Advance as well, but that is absolutely fantastic. It's a really good game. Shona. Original Castlevania, I don't really like original Castlevania, to be honest. It's okay. I'd probably put it there in D. It's alright, like, but it's just too old now that you can't, like, there's no point going back to it. If you have a choice between one of the Metroidvania games and original Castlevania, you'll probably pick one of the Metroidvania games, to be honest. Now, Simon's Quest, actually, that's a tough one now. I don't know whether to put it there or to put it in C, to be honest, because I mean, while it's more Metroidvania than the original Castlevania or Castlevania 3, but it's not, I don't know, it's just not as advanced as the rest of them, and plus it's too hard to figure out as well. They just don't tell you what to do in it. Similarly with Castlevania 3, it's like, while it's a really good game, Castlevania 1 and Simon's Quest and Dracula's Curse, they're all really, Castlevania 3, they're all really good games. They're just not the game that I like the best. I like the Metroidvania style, as in like Symphony of Knight, these sort of games, so I can't really put this very high up. Even though they are really good games, particularly Castlevania 3, it's really hard though. What is that one? I think that's the phone one. I never played that one either. I think that's the one on the phone, Aria of Despair. Haunted Castle. That's another Castlevania one, but it's a Japanese version. I never played a computer version. That's the one on the 3DS. I never played that either. That's a Mirror of Fate. I didn't like, obviously, as I said a few minutes ago, I didn't like Lord of Shadows, so I never went back to the remake of Castlevania, which did not go down well at all. I didn't play the Japanese Kid Dracula either. Lord of Shadows, I played that. It's a D. It's not great. It's a good game. It's just not a good Castlevania game. Now, Super Castlevania 4. Ooh, that's a tough one, because that is an excellent game. I'll probably put it at B, actually. It's not a Metroidvania game, so I don't like it, but it is the best of this 2D side-scrolling Castlevania platform games that doesn't have any RPG elements. I have to say, it's a fantastic game. That is Simon's Quest again, but it's a different cover. It must be the Japanese version. So it must be a similar thing. I'll put it in D as well. And this is... Ooh, that's Curse of the Moon. Ooh, that's really good as well. I'm going to have to put that in C, actually, because... Again, it's a 2D side-scrolling Castlevania game. I suppose you could group it in with Castlevania because it's the same person that made them. So yeah, I put it in C. It is really good though, but it is it's a lot newer than all the rest of them. Like, so I can't really, because it's the mechanics of it are really good and the controls are really good, but you can't really put it higher than the rest of them because it's so new. Well, this one you have to though. I mean, Bloodstained is that's an S. Like, that's excellent. That's like Symphony of Knight Part 2, with and it's just like, it's just for someone that loves Symphony of Knight like me, it's just a dream like come true, because it's the same game as Symphony of Knight, just like with modern graphics and modern sort of aesthetic. It's absolutely excellent. I love it. Fantastic game. And that's that's Circle of the Moon 2. I haven't actually played that yet. I have it for ages and ages and ages, but I haven't played it fully. I think I tried it, but I didn't finish it. But I'm going to put it there as well because I really like those ones. Of the 2D ones, the 2D just like regular platform, non-RPG ones, Super Castlevania 4 is the best, but then Curse of the Moon and Curse of the Moon 2, I know they're not technically Castlevania games, but they're basically Castlevania games. Those would be like really, really good. I think they would be a lot better than Nintendo ones. And then that looks like a phone one as well. I don't know what that is. I haven't played it, so I can't really speak of it. But yeah, there's my list anyway. So let me know if you agree or disagree. I'll just zoom out so we can see the whole thing there. Yeah, so we've got to have Symphony of Knight and Bloodstained. I keep calling Bloodstained Castlevania for some reason, probably because it's so similar. Maybe something, I could probably put another couple in S. We missed the DS one. Oh no, we're not. Those 3 DS ones. And there's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we could probably put. I think we can maybe put. Actually, I don't think anything's on Castlevania Symphony of Knight's level. Actually, Bloodstained is because it's such a new game and it was a homage to Symphony of the Night. Whereas the rest of the ones on the DS, they're just not as involved as Symphony of the Night for some reason, and they're not as good. The stories in them just don't really resonate either, but we'll leave it there then. Okay, so we got 2 at S, 4 at A, 5 at B. I think I'm happy enough with that there. So let me know what you think, and let me know what your favourite Castlevania game is, and I will see you next time.